like to call to order the Westmont Village Board meeting of June 27, 2024, to order at 6 o'clock p.m. and ask Clerk Simsky for roll call, please.
Mayor Gunther.
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Barker.
Here.
Trustee Brady.
Yes. Here.
Trustee Guzzo.
Here.
Trustee Little.
Here.
Trustee Nero.
Here.
Trustee Simonovich.
Here.
Manager May.
Here.
Assistant Village Manager Parker.
Here.
And Finance Director Altick. Am I saying that right?
Alan.
Alan.
Would everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone tonight. The first item is open forum, and again, there's no one here for open forum. Everybody's here is an agenda item, so we'll get a chance to hear from them at that point. Move on to reports. I'm going to call Larry Forsberg. We had a ribbon cutting today, and he can talk a little bit about the new business that's in town.
Good evening, all. It is always exciting to welcome a new business to Westmont, especially in the heart of downtown Westmont. Today we had a grand opening ribbon cutting for Bakery Bakery, which is located at 15 South Cass, which was the previous site of the Sweet and Savory spot. What's a little bit different about this, when you hear the word bakery, a lot of people, and this is exactly what they told us today, a lot of people will come in and ask, well, where are your donuts? Well, this is a Brazilian version of the Sweet and Savory spot, so donuts is not typically on their menu. But in terms of range of sweets, they've got a very wide range, and they gave us a variety of samples today, and they were all delicious. Empanadas, coffee, fresh brewed coffee, espresso, they have a whole range of treats, but they are open basically Wednesday through Sunday, 7:30 to 4 o'clock, and they were flexing their hours a little bit. I know that they're staying open late tonight, for example, to try and catch some of the crowd going to and from the car show. So I encourage everybody to go over there and check them out and experience them. I think you'll find it very enjoyable.
And they have sandwiches, and they have...
They do have sandwiches, and it's a beautiful cafe. They just set up some, the village was working with them to set up some outdoor dining along Cass, so you may have seen some tables popped up there in the last couple of weeks. Comfortable indoor dining also, so encourage everybody to come check it out. Thank you.
And again, what I like, and I can talk, is Danielle, who is Sweet and Savory, they're using her to make some of her cakes, and I think the cinnamon buns. So they're they're going to be at the Taste. So we look forward to visiting them at the Taste. Week from today, I believe, is 4th of July, and it's our annual fireworks show at Ty Warner Park. Fireworks start at dusk, and usually that's 9 o'clock, I believe. But there's a bunch of activities in the park that day, starting at 4 o'clock. There'll be entertainment, they'll have food, beverages. And again, I've said this from day one, 24 years ago when we started it, that this is the best fireworks show in the county. So if you haven't seen it, please come out. If you've seen it, still come out. So that's all I have. I'll turn to Clerk Simsky.
I just want to remind everybody that village offices will be closed on Independence Day, Thursday, July 4th. Community garage sales this year's event will be August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Details are posted on the village website.
Thank you. Trustee Nero's got Public Works Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, you're right. We had a Public Works Committee tonight before our regular board meeting. So as usual, we always do a little quick recap. Our next meeting of Public Works Committee is until September 19th, right here at Village Hall, 4:30. Couple quick updates. We went over our downtown street lighting engineering design RFP that was on the street. So expect to hear a little bit more on that. We also ran through our capital improvement project updates. And I'm sure some of that information will be on the website in case those are interested in learning about those. And we had a unique discussion on residential drainage assistance programs. There's always been one on the books, and our Public Works team is looking at maybe formalizing that a little bit more and hopefully giving residents another avenue to work out some backyard drainage issues. So more to come on that as well. And then each division, as usual, always goes through a lot of updates. Some of the big items I heard, I always like promoting this firm because I just love what they do, is Safe Step. They completed their spring project, such an efficient way to really tackle a lot of those sidewalk issues. I think it was in Sycamore Run, and I forgot the other location, but big impact on those that walk on the sidewalks and good use of tax dollars to keep those surfaces even. Water Division, we heard a big update on the North Water Tower, expected construction fall of 2024, so look for some more updates on that. And we've got a nice update on some stormwater maintenance too. It's always, I think, important to remind everybody, decades ago it wasn't as important as it is now, and as a result of all the infrastructure maintenance, things like sewer jetting and using our Vector truck, the systems now, I think, can maintain and store a lot more than they used to. So we're seeing a lot less flooding around town, which is great, and a testament to the village's commitment on continuing to focus on stormwater. Couple other things, though, we have is on a Public Works item is the big Westmont Cruising Nights Public Works Truck Night. Again, that's coming up on July 18th, so mark your calendars. Always a fun show for all the kids to play with the trucks and see what all of them are about, so please come on out for that. And as usual, we are posting construction updates on all the projects in town. There's a nice GIS map link on the village's website where you can be very specific on what you want to look at, so check that out as well. And for those of you who've seen your water bill, if you haven't, you do get a water quality report every year in town. Everybody does it, every town. Ours is on the website in case you're interested on how your drinking water has come out and what the tests have shown. But we're fortunate to have great drinking water here in Westmont. And my last item, I just wanted to give a compliment to our police department. I found out last week that DuPage Animal Services uses Westmont as the gold standard on communicating lost pets and things like that on social media. So there were some emails going around the county on how Westmont is kind of leading it and how we're consistent, not just doing it once, and I've noticed it too. So I just thought that was nice. You think something that small, but people notice that all over the county. So I just wanted to thank them for paying attention to that. And that is all I have, sir.
Thank you. We're going to move to trustee Simonovich for the police public safety.
Thank you, sir. The next Police Public Safety Committee meeting will be on July 11th here at Village Hall at 4:30 p.m. The National Night Out will be held on Tuesday, August 6th at Ty Warner Park. It's such a great event for the community and fun for all ages. And the golf fundraiser is now open for sign-up. This is our second annual golf outing for Special Olympics. It's going to be held on September 13th, and there's more information on how to sign up at the village website. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Johanna Guzzo, Fire Public Safety.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our next Fire Public Safety Committee meeting will be September 5th, 4:30 here at Village Hall. Everyone is invited to attend. Westmont Cruising Nights Fire Truck Night is scheduled for Thursday, August 1st, so make sure you put that on your calendars. Summer safety, the village has posted some fireworks and summer safety tips on the village website. Check them out at westmont.illinois.gov. And CPR classes, our fire department will be offering several options for CPR classes to residents and organizations. You can also sign up on the village website. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Trustee Brady, Community
The next
Development.
Planning and Zoning Commission meeting is on July 10th at 6 p.m. Each month, the Planning and Zoning Commission will discuss different topics regarding the ongoing zoning ordinance update, which is anticipated in public hearings in the near future. Also, this past Monday, June 24th, I had the opportunity to attend a walkout ceremony at the fire department, honoring the fire service of two fire service personnel. One was Battalion Chief Tom Bills. He started in Westmont in 1997, and also Lieutenant Burton Gillette. He started in 1996, and they both just retired, and I was able to make a presentation in your spot for the Westmont. two distinguished fire department personnel.
Well, thank you. Trustee Barker, Environmental Improvement Committee and Westmont First.
Thank you, Mayor. The next EIC meeting will be in August. We're going to skip July, but the EIC volunteers are actually at the Cruising Nights this evening. And if you see them out there, they're Westmont residents that volunteer to look at all things green here in Westmont. So say hello to them and thank them. I think very popular subject. Flood Brothers is going to have a representative out there this evening, so residents can talk directly to them. So we've arranged for that. And then another exciting piece is the village has an electric vehicle down there as we promote electric vehicles over gasoline engines. And then we have a newly launched residential private property tree planting incentive program. And at our previous meeting here, we learned that residents are taking advantage of that. There's about 14 trees in the works already. So that tells me it's something that people appreciate and want to participate in. And it's all across town, which I think is important, so that, our marketing just didn't go to one area and people are taking advantage of it. But I am grateful that we're participating in that on behalf of the Environmental Improvement Committee. And then lastly, there's going to be a mosquito spraying. That's Clark Mosquito will be spraying the community after dusk on June 28th. The residents can sign up to receive notification when that mosquito spraying occurs, and you can visit the village website for more information. And I just want to add to that the village pays additional fee to have a more environmentally friendly application. So it's, it's investigated and followed by our Environmental Improvement Committee and the village as a whole to do the better application and to provide the notification and things. But, I can say on behalf of the committee, we do believe that there's value in this and that we should continue to do it. So nobody likes spraying, but nobody likes West Nile and things that come along with it as well. So that is all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Little, Administration and Finance Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next meeting of the Administration Finance Committee will be July 25th, 4:30, right here in Village Hall. Cruising Nights, I'm going to talk about it just because everybody else did, but if you're listening to this and you're seeing us, you need to turn your TV off and go down to Cass Avenue because it's a great event. It's a perfect weather night. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. We're always looking for volunteers to assist us for this. If you want to come in and help us out in any way, let us know by going to our website, which is westmontivets.com, and take a look at what offers we have. And then in addition to that, the Taste of Westmont, which is only 2 weeks away from tonight. This year, everything starts on Thursday. This will include music on the main stage and the food vendors. Some of the main stage bands will include High Fidelity, an Eagles tribute band, a Bob Seger tribute band, Hairbangers Ball, a blues tribute band to Muddy Waters, and a Pink Floyd tribute band. Details are on the website for Westmont Special Events, which is westmontivents.com. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Well, thank you. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Does any board member see anything they'd like to be removed? If not, I'd ask Manager May to please read.
Very short consent agenda this evening. As always, we start with Village Board minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes of the Village Board meeting held June 13th, 2024. It's followed by Finance Ordinance Number 5 in the amount of $2,117,741.52. There are no separated purchase orders this evening, so that was the entire total. And lastly, we have the reduction in the number of Class 4 liquor licenses. Board to consider an ordinance reducing the number of available Class 4 liquor licenses by 1 due to the sale of Shri Restaurant at 653 North Cass Avenue.
And that concludes it?
That does conclude it, sorry.
Can I have a motion to approve as read?
Motion to approve is read. Little?
Second, Euro.
A motion made and second. Comments? I think the purchaser of the restaurant is not going to, right now, not considering alcohol, so that,
Right, the business was sold, so the owner just notified us that they're forfeiting their liquor license.
for now, but they, so seeing no other questions, roll call, please.
Trustee Little,
Yes.
trustee Brady,
Yes.
trustee Simonovich,
Yes.
trustee Nero,
Yes.
trustee Guzzo,
Yes.
trustee Barker.
Yes.
Motion passes. New business. Appointment to the Board of Fire and Police Commission. The board to consider a motion to accept my appointment of Brian Baldwin to serve on the Board of Fire and Police Commission. And I'd ask Brian if he could come up to the podium before we vote and give you an opportunity to talk about, he's a firefighter, so we got a representative on our, yeah, Steve, be relaxed, chief. All right.
My name's Brian Baldwin. I've been in the fire service for over 30 years, 24 with Brookfield. Let's see, moved into Westmont when I first moved to Illinois. Lived in Brookfield for a couple years, and I've been back for over 10. So Chief Riley asked me if I would be interested in serving on the board, and I would love nothing more to help the police and fire departments get new applicants and hired. So looking forward to this appointment.
And again, willing to serve, and we needed a fire representative on that commission. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the appointment.
Motion to approve Barker.
Second Guzzo.
Motion made and second. Any comments, chief? No?
I just have it's a three-person commission. We recently had a retirement of the long-serving member, who
Cabanda.
was the chair, Robert Cabanda. We have the other two members of the Police and Fire Commission in attendance this evening as well. There were several people, looked at, but, we've been talking to Brian for a while, staff, both police and fire, and, the mayor as well. So this is the mayor's recommendation tonight.
Yes. And Stella, who's the chair now, and Mr. Mulhern, who is the member, secretary. Wow. So it's a three-member commission. Motion's on the floor. Roll call, please.
Trustee Barker,
Yes.
trustee Guzzo,
Yes.
trustee Nero,
Yes.
trustee Brady,
Yes.
trustee Little,
Yes.
trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Motion passes. Welcome. I'm sure you already learned a lot about it from the two commissioners.
Oh, yes, I have. I'm looking forward to it.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
New business B, increase in available Class 23 liquor license. Board to consider ordinance increasing the number of available 23 liquor license by one for Mrs. T's Pizza, 2 West Naperville Road, Westmont, to allow video gaming in conjunction with on-site consumption of alcohol. And Class 23 is a video gaming license. They already have a liquor license, so Deputy Liquor Commissioner Mulhern.
Evening, Mayor and Village Board. As the states are, Mrs. T's applied for, before the moratorium deadline for a Class 23 video gaming license for the B1 district. They have been selling alcohol for over 365 consecutive days. However, they do have one underage sale violation in 2023, which we'll talk about, which the board is asked to take into consideration. In summary, as the mayor indicated, Mrs. T's in June of 2022 received their received their Class 1 liquor license and began serving alcohol. We require for Class 23 licenses that the applicant wait a period of 365 days, kind of like a probationary period, to make sure that they can adhere to all the laws and ordinances, and then be where we're at tonight, be considered for the video gaming license. They have completed 365 days. However, it was in mid-last year, they did get caught in the underage enforcement checks by the police department. That was their one and only violation. And in talking to Candace and Larry, the owners who are right behind me, and they'll talk in a minute, that hit them very hard. They took it very seriously. It wasn't nothing that was cavalier. It was nothing that they joked about it. They took it very, very seriously and promised that it won't happen again. And since then, it has not. We've had checks since then, and they've passed that with no problems. But however, and in speaking with the liquor commissioner and the mayor, we did have a business in the past that was waiting the 365 days, or in the same situation that Mrs. T is in, where they had an underage liquor violation, again, caused by our police department. At that time, it came in front of the village board, and it was determined that they should wait, the probation period should be extended to make sure that they can comply with the law, and the fact that that time period was 6 months. And in talking with the mayor about this type violation, because it's the same violation as the other business came through, he was applying consistency's sake, that for consistency, he's recommending that they be extended 6 months. However, that should come from the village board, because the village board is the one that has to decide to increase the licenses, the video gaming license, class 23 by 1. So that is up for the board to decide, do you, A, no extended time period, a shortened time period, or 6 months? That would be the most that the mayor and I are recommending. Again, that's consistent with what we did with the other business. As far as the video gaming, they are ready for it. I'll let them explain to where they're going to put it and everything like that, but a background review is conducted by myself, and they did pass everything. They are in compliance with all other departments of the village, places for readings, code enforcement, fire department. They are in all compliance with all other areas of the village. The only issue we're asking the board is to, A, provide or allow for them to, in whatever time period the board decides, grant them the ability to get the video gaming license, and grant that now so that they don't have to come back in the future, provided that all, ordinances are met. And again, too, I'll let Candace and I'll let Larry talk about it, but I can tell you right now from speaking to them many times since the violation and on the date of the violation itself, they take it very, very seriously. It's something that is not very cavalier. I've never heard them joke once about it, and it's something that they...
Remind me of the
will never
date,
happen
Tom.
again.
What was the date of the violation?
They opened on June 13th, 2022. It was in 2023. In July. Larry's whispering in my ear is July, but that sounds about right. It was July.
That's good.
I'm sorry, August 15th of 2023, an agent went in the police department. So it's almost a year now that they have, of that 365-day period, but they've had no violations. And I can't say that they have been tested.
And again, they applied before we put the deadline for downtown business district license. And this is a good example of a business that we could help by allowing the gaming. They've done a tremendous job with the improvements. So now you can introduce them. I thought I just...
So standing behind me patiently and whispering in my ear are Larry and Candace Buchanan. They are the owners of Mrs. T's. And I'll let you guys decide who's talking.
I'm going
Okay,
first.
all right.
Good evening, Board. Several years ago, we approached Westmont. We had an opportunity to move our existing business from Downers Grove to 2 West Naperville Road. We had been in Downers Grove for 28 years. We required, or we asked for, full liquor license, video gaming license, and then some outdoor seating. And the board or the village agreed to that. So then we took 2 West Naperville Road and turned it into what you see today. It needed a lot of help. We put a lot of money into it, and we're just trying to recover some of that money. We have video gaming and a liquor license at another establishment in Romeoville. No liquor violations, no video gaming violations. So we're well aware of all the laws and the requirements. We got caught. We paid our fine. So we're asking the board to go ahead and release the license.
We also, I forgot my train of thought, I apologize. I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's okay.
I apologize.
Have I said enough?
More or less, yes. I don't wanna say I'm speechless, but I feel, we do take this seriously. And at the time, when the minor did come into our establishment, we were going through a tremendous amount of stress. my printers, my mechanicals. I was open one day, I wasn't open the next day. It was so inconsistent in the beginning. Anything that could possibly have gone wrong with 2 West Naperville Road went wrong. And unfortunately, the minor was sent in, and the girl that happened to serve the minor, she had no right whatsoever to serve the minor. It wasn't her job. Her job was to be a cashier. We were so busy under, like I said, tremendous amount of stress. And of course, when a new business opens in town, you got thousands of people who all want to clock in at once, you know? So, and like I said, with the mechanicals and short staff and just everything going wrong, everything possibly went wrong. So I would just like to say to the trustees, you know, if you can, I don't want to say oversee it, but give me an opportunity to have my gaming license, to recover some of my money, you know, my investment. As you can see, what the building looks like today. I get a lot of compliments on the business. They love Mrs. T's in this town. The business is doing well. It is. You know, and it will just only thrive. I mean, we've been here a year already, and it's going very well, and I couldn't ask for a better position to be in. So I just ask the trustees and the board, if you can overlook the 6 months, or at least lower it than 6 months, I would greatly appreciate it. And that's my story.
Well, just to clarify, and you got a little pizza on your shirt, Tom.
He's been in there.
He was investigating when they asked about it, they filled their application, they were very much aware that it needs board approval.
Yes.
For the 23. And then if it's approved, then the board has to decide if they want to implement any sort of time frame. So I just wanted to clarify that, and Tom made it real clear, when they applied, they got their application and they had to wait 365 days, which they have, and there's been no issues, so other than the one. So did I beat you to the punch, Tom? or you
I
guys
was
have
just going to add on to what Larry said. If you look at that corner, what they've done not only outside the building, but also on the inside of the building. I was just in there Monday, and they're continuing to add more stuff I won't say not every day, but they're continually in upgrading the interior of that business. It changes the look of that corner, so they have done a lot for the community. And as the mayor indicated too, and in talking with Candy, yes, believe it or not, we had to check the map. They are in the central business district, you know, because I was the first one that had to get convinced, and they dragged me to the map and made me look. With that being said, they are the last business that this would be eligible for. We have no other applications, we have no other interest, so this would be the last one in the downtown business district.
And a lot of the customers too, they're asking, they want to come in, and they're like, you know, when are you going to get your video gaming? I'm like, well, I got to go in front of the board, see if I get approved. And they want to play the games. And it's not, you know, Mrs. T's is not a bar. It's a restaurant. And it's a family, you know, it's a family restaurant, and people come in and they eat their pizza and they have a few drinks and they go home. But there's customers that come to be like, well, you know, we're anxious for you to get your gaming because we would like to just sit in here, you know, and play the games and watch the TV and have a couple of drinks and go home. And I just, you know, I think, you know, that's what the customers want. And not only the customers, but I would like it as well. Like I said, you know, considering what I put on the corner there, I've invested a lot of money, and I'd like to try to get some of it back.
And Tom has looked at where they're putting it, it meets our criteria, and
I gave you, but it's a small area next to the bar. From the day they opened, I went in there and Larry showed me this is where it's going to go. It's already outfitted for electrical outlets, for video cameras. It's set to go. They just got to get the machines to come in. One other note too is that they do have to go and get a state gaming license. And in talking with Larry, and I'm kind of surprised at this, but not shocked, the state's taking anywhere between 6 to 9 months from the time they apply to the time they get their license. So if they were to go in tomorrow and apply, they're still going to have to wait another 6 to 9 months. However, they would like to be in a position of being able to go to the gaming board. Here we have our video gaming license from the village. You know, it makes the process hopefully a little bit faster and easier for them.
And it has its own like separate room. It's like back in a corner. So it's not where like little kids would see it or, anything like that. But it is off the bar in the back area, so it's in a nice little corner hidden away. So it's,
It is, and in my estimation, there's 2 tables, 8 seats, that can be absorbed in the rest of the business and the rest of the restaurant. They aren't taking half the occupancy limit away. They're only limiting 8 seats, and that, again, can be assumed by either the bar or now the outside, but even on the interior, they do have room.
and the outside has lots of seating, what is it, 26? It's got 26 seats, and we're also considering enclosing it at some point in time, making it like a 4-season room. So in the winter, people can sit out there as well, and because we do lose business without those seats in the winter. So, like right now, people are sitting outside, the weather's beautiful, it's nice, but during the winter time and the end of the fall, it gets colder and people want to come inside, so we do lose that seating. So we are hoping to make it like a 4-season room, or, to enclose it and heat it and whatever, but at this point, we're just trying to do little by little each.
And we saw Neat do that, and
Yeah, and
great success.
we've spoken to the guy who has done his, and they did a phenomenal job over there. Very costly, though, I have to say.
I know.
Very costly.
Entertain a motion to approve Class 23.
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second.
Motion made and second. Other comments? Trustee Barker.
So first of all, your pizza is very good.
Thank you.
That's more important to me than the video gaming.
Sure is.
But your pizza is very good. I thought your restaurant was small. I don't, I'm not a proponent of handing out video gaming machines, as we have the ability to do, but I just have 2 questions. So is there a procedural change or anything so that this, so say we grant this, right? And there's another violation. Do we have any recourse after that violation, or is the ship sailed, right?
Yes, we have a hearing.
Yeah, to answer your question, I'll answer it in a way as I don't know for sure, but they would be brought up in front of the liquor commissioner for another hearing. Their fines would increase. We go back after the last 5
It's
years.
that stepped increase.
That stepped the
Yes,
increase.
yes.
But could the liquor commissioner, if he so chooses, suspend or revoke this Class 23 license? I would venture to guess he would, because that'd be an attorney question, but I would imagine he may have that power, would he? So he could, so if he comes to a hearing and he wishes to, at that time, do something, he could.
Yeah, and then the only other question is, is your bar staffing, the bartenders or whatever, there's procedures and things that they're trained on a regular
Yes.
basis, so they understand it.
They're aware of
I
it.
understand that the seriousness of it, but I just hope it never happens again, right?
Like I said, in the 20 years of me owning my other bar in Romeoville, I've never had one violation. Not with the state or the village.
Right.
Gaming or anything related to alcohol. My Downers Grove store, in the 18 years that I was there, I think I had 1 or 2. And that, I want to say it was maybe just 1. And that,
28 years.
Yeah, 28 years. I stopped counting because I've been in business so long, but over there, I've only had the 1. And, I do take it seriously.
Yeah.
And like I said, when this happened, I just could not, I was beyond myself because I just had so much other things going on with the business that this was the last thing I needed to worry about.
Right.
And that's not how I operate my business. I train my bartenders to card everybody, and like I said, the girl that did it, she was the cashier, and we were just so overwhelmed in the store, she just thought she would be helpful. Well, being helpful, that,
Put us right here.
that put me here today.
Yeah.
And this is not what I wanted to be doing today.
All right, thank you. And thank you for your business.
Thank you.
Any other questions, Trustee Guzzo?
Yeah, when we look at this as a case-by-case basis, I remembered when you opened, it was the middle of COVID.
Yes.
I remember you had supply chain issues where you were waiting on, I believe it was electrical items.
Oh,
so that
yes.
you could hook up to your electric. And looking at the date of the violation, we're almost at that year. I would actually be in favor of lowering that 6-month waiting period, either lowering it or looking at it and saying, okay, you're almost at that year, and I would be in favor of even not doing the 6 months waiting period. that corner is phenomenal, your pizza is phenomenal, and just looking at as a downtown business, you have brought so much into our downtown. I am only a few blocks away from you. And I just would like to just, point that out to everyone here. This is a unique situation. Anyone who had the guts to open up a business during COVID, and it's just been a great addition to the village.
Thank
And
you.
I want to thank you for that.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I tend to agree with Trustee Guzzo on this, the big investment that these folks put in and the timeline, and I'm right with you, Trustee Guzzo. It's the last one. We've had no issues with any of the other establishments with video gaming. I have no problem eliminating the 6-month extension.
And if
Thank you.
we do an extension, it has to be an amendment to this. Right now, we're just voting in the Class 23.
So we turn
And I
it-
do
Or
have to,
issue it tonight, or to make it available tonight, or do you want to make it August 15th, or do you want to add 6 months?
yeah, right now, we're approving it tonight. And then if someone wants to make a motion to amend it, that it doesn't go in effect till the probationary period's over, that'll happen next.
So as is, it's no 6 months.
Not right now, unless somebody, the only thing I can say, and I've been very careful with this, and Tom knows, I've been consistent. I created schedules. I've been extremely consistent with the fines, so there's no guessing. And the same thing with, if you remember the prior business, we extended them. I'm more in favor of at least some extension. If it's 3 months, just to be.
Mayor, I hear what you're saying, but I do, as long as you have an opportunity to see if there is a problem, to end it or change it or adjust it.
Yeah, okay.
I like that, right?
Okay.
I like that.
That's why you're going to vote, so. And if no other questions, I'm going to call roll call for the Class 23.
Do we have a motion?
Yeah, I thought we had a motion.
Yeah, I motion.
Yeah, we had a motion.
I think I seconded.
You did?
Yeah. Roll call, please.
Right. Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Zamanovich.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
All right, motion passes to Class 23. If no one wants to make a motion to give them a probationary period, then we don't even have to address it. So if someone wants to make that motion, if not, then their Class 23 would be available once they get the state's approval. So seeing none,
Actually, the Class 23 is available today with
Yeah.
that vote, and then allows them to apply for their state
yeah,
license,
yeah, so,
if you issue it.
Yeah, technically, it's available because of the vote. The mayor has to issue it. The mayor can refuse to issue it. So that's how it would work, because you're in charge of.
that'd be the first ever.
This is
That'd
very
be the first
confusing, you
ever.
guys.
You guys are really starting to
Everything's in
confuse
reverse.
me.
Like, I'm getting so lost.
No, I think it's a good establishment to put a lot of money in. I think it's important that they have that availability. I've created a fee schedule, structure that we've been pretty consistent with. But if we look at this, it's been almost a year since violation. I have no problem with no extension. So if no one wants to make a motion, then we'll move on. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
New business C, increase in available massage establishments license. Board to consider ordinance increasing the number of available massage establishment license by one for FNS Investment Group, the Now Massage at 806 East Ogden Avenue, and that's next to the bike shop.
We can confirm that, it's in that part of the system.
Yeah.
It's the St. James Crossings Strip Mall. He's at the northwest end.
Yeah.
I thought there was a bike shop, but we were talking, it's not quite so good. I'm back. I have before me a review that was done by Detective Newton of the police department. The police department oversees the background review for massage establishments and the license. We're asking the board to increase the licenses by one. With me here is Furquan Hadi. He is the owner of Now Massage. In reading the review, it appears to be a chain-type massage establishment. Detective Newton did an extensive background review, which was sent to the village manager and the police chief for review, and they both have signed off on it. We are asking for the board to increase the number of available massage establishments licensed for one, to make one available for Now Massage. With that being said, rather than me trying to explain it, I'll let Mr. Hadi explain his business to you. So, Mr. Hadi?
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me here. My name is Farkan Hadi. I run a portfolio business based on personal services. So one of our brands is the Now Massage. It's a luxury massage experience. We have 7 Illinois locations. This will be our 8th location. I own 2 of the current 7, and this will be my 3rd one in the Illinois market. I also own a facial business in the city of Chicago. We have 5 stores. We perform facials. It's called Clean Your Dirty Face, also a franchise concept. And then we own a nail salon as well called Salt Mara that is in the city of Chicago, and we'll look to expand that in the near future. I'm proposing today to put a Now Massage in Westmont. We're very excited about the opportunity to be in Westmont. It's a great market for us, really close to a lot of other markets. Our consumer is high-end. We are a beautiful space. The investment that will go into this is about $850,000. It is a 2,600 square feet space. We're gonna have 12 massage rooms. We do specialize only in massage, so we don't do anything else. We just do massage and retail. Our retail line is body balms, oils, sage, jewelry, so very specialized. And then we will have the $850K investment that will go into building it. It's going to take us about 12 weeks to build it once the village issues the construction permits. We have applied for all the permits. We're waiting for the approval. And then we will open end of September. And then once we're open, we would hire a general manager that would be out of Westmont. We would hire, to start off, 5 receptionists, including a supervisor that will also be out of Westmont. And then we can hire up to 20 massage therapists. All of our massage therapists are licensed by the state, trained by us and our corporate team, and we maintain all records, including sexual harassment training, professional conduct training. We also hold insurance policies and all of those features as well. I do have obviously experience in the space. I've been running my portfolio for about 4 years now. All of our Chicago locations have been open and operating, and we followed all of the rules, of course. And so I'm very excited to bring it to Westmont. It's a great concept, beautiful concept. I'm excited for all of you to go see it. A lot of our, co-tenancies or typical clients, Club Pilates, we do really well with them. Their consumer is very similar. We service anywhere from 25 to any age, really. Massage is a great benefit for any age group. And so we don't really have a specific customer target. We do a lot of marketing online using social media. And so if you go online and look up the Now Massage Chicago, you'll see a lot of our content of how we do the massages and what we perform and how we provide the service. I'll pause here to see if you have any questions, but happy to answer anything.
Well, I think the key is, and after I talked to Deputy Liquor Commissioner Mulhern, that you've come out with flying colors from the background check, and you've run a business before. Those are 2 of the big items we look at. Anybody got a question for him? Trustee Barker.
So I'm learning more and more about this, right? Because we've had a couple of these very different companies, but all the employees are background checked by PD or by the company?
They will be. Each massage therapist, anybody who's going to be touching somebody else, the way I put it, has to provide to the police department proof of a background check, which is basically fingerprints. We ask them to come to the police department. It's easier, but they don't have to. They could go to a private company and provide us the results. And in response to last meeting last time, how many employees are you going to hire and how many are you going to have in the front end?
Yep, so just to break it down, right now, today, we employ about 50 massage therapists already, all licensed by the state of Illinois, all gone through background checks and have active licenses, and then also background checked by us. We also participate in a program called DISC, which we report any misconduct violation in the sexual harassment realm to a third-party agency, and that third-party agency will give us that information if anybody ever applies to our job.
And how many front desk personnel?
So right now we have about 20 in Westmont. We'll start off with 5, but we can get up to 10. because we only 2 people working the front desk, and we're open from 9 to 9. So we'll be open most of the day, 7 days a week.
7 days a week?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other, you need a motion to approve the license?
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second, Little.
Motion made and second to approve. Any additional comments from anyone? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Again, motion passes. Welcome to Westmont. And Mr. Forsberg will help you promote it, maybe even a ribbon cutting, so.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We're
But
very
thank
excited.
you.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And join the chamber.
And join the chamber, that's what we got. New business C, engineering agreement, Phase 2 design engineering for Wilmette Avenue sidewalk improvements. Director Reese.
Good evening. This is to fill in that one last segment between Dallas and Quincy on the west side of Wilmette. It was skipped last time because there's some more difficult conditions in there in terms of like back pitch driveways, steep grades, very heavy landscaping, very decorative areas that are either in the right of way or right up against it. So that would require a lot more effort to get a sidewalk through there, also in a way that the residents are not very upset about. So this request is for $33,300 for the Phase 2 design engineering, and will include some topographic survey, design alternatives, detailed engineering design specifications, special provisions, cost estimates, and bidding assistance.
Primera.
Yep.
Yes.
That block between Dallas and Richmond still won't have curb, correct?
That's correct.
Any, no other questions?
Part of the difficulty of the sidewalk is maintaining a drainage ditch system.
That's why I ask.
Again, they stopped at Dallas and because the complications are
Yep.
going north.
And sometimes the drainage system ends up getting closed just because there's just nowhere else to go, or the slope is too steep, but that's gonna be evaluated as part of this phase.
Do we make contact with everyone to let them know it?
We're going to be.
They'll
making
ask you once
yep.
you start staking it out.
Yeah, we're gonna get ahead of that and make contact with them when we have the survey back, so that we can, best coordinate with people so they aren't as surprised when the construction phase starts.
Surveyors go out there and phone starts ringing.
They'll,
Yep.
well, you got an employee who lives in the corner. Did I get a motion? No. I need a motion to approve the engineering agreement.
Motion to approve, Little.
Second, Nero.
Motion been made, second. Additional comments? This, again, is part of our sidewalk program we want to have everywhere, a sidewalk on at least one side of the street. I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Motion passes. Any miscellaneous information? I do have to have a quick executive session. I promise Linda it'll be quick for your orange shirt.
Still light.
And I need a motion to adjourn to executive session to discuss the employment and performance of specific employees of the village pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act.
Motion to approve, or to adjourn, per the reasons stated.
Second?
Motion been made and second to adjourn the executive session, and I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Okay, we'll be adjourning to executive session. When we come out, there will not be any further village business, and we'll then, at that point, adjourn the meeting. So thank you.